Y'all know what? My voice is acting up. I'm trying to catch a little cold. And for some reason, my throat wants to act up. Welcome to Lisa's Real Spill. Y'all know what we do over here. We just keep it real. We keep it simple and we keep it real. Okay. What's going on? What's going on, good people? I was in here. I couldn't really go to sleep. And so I had some things on my mind. I said, well, let me go in here and share it with the people. I hope y'all can understand me. I don't think I'm going to stay on here because my voice is acting up. Like for real. It feel like I'm coming down with a load of cold, but for some reason my throat is itchy and it just feels terrible. I just feel terrible. I ain't gonna stay on here, y'all, because I thought I was gonna be able to talk to y'all where y'all would understand me, but not with my voice like this. This is not gonna work out too good. It's not gonna work out too good because it ain't clear. You know what I'm saying? My voice not clear. It sound like my voice sound rough. So I don't think I'm gonna stay on here because y'all not gonna really be able to understand what I'm saying, you know. But yeah, I know most of y'all probably sleep, right? I just came on here. I wanted to just talk about a few things with y'all, right? Drop some wisdom and knowledge, you know. But I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that. Like I said, my voice is kind of like checking out on me. It wasn't like that earlier. Let me take a little sip of something to drink. Earlier, my voice wasn't this. I wasn't this hoarse earlier. I don't know what happened. But I think I'm gonna get off of here. I don't think I'm gonna stay on here, y'all, because my voice acting up. And y'all not gonna be able to really understand what I'm saying. I ain't know my voice was gonna check out like this. My voice is really checked out. And and y'all not even gonna be able to understand what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna stay on here. I'll come back on here later. Okay? I'm trying to get my voice right. My voice wasn't like this earlier. It wasn't like this earlier. My voice just got like this. That's crazy. But anywho, I'm not staying on here, y'all. Hi, Kurt. I'm not staying on here. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. I'm gonna try to get my voice together. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm trying to come down with a little cold or something. But my voice was clear at first. Then all of a sudden I just got hoarse for some reason. And I know y'all can't understand. Can y'all understand what I'm saying? What's it, what, it, what you saying, Kurt? ITR then. Can you understand what I'm saying? Can y'all understand me? Because if y'all can understand me, I'll stay on for a little bit. But if y'all can't understand me, then it's no need me staying on here. Can you understand me, Kurt? Oh, okay, you can understand me. Okay. Okay, all right then. Well, I'm gonna stay on here for a few minutes. But listen, y'all, I just dropped on here to just drop a little wisdom and knowledge. That's all. Look, y'all know all the stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure your notification bell says all. You know, so when I go live, you'll get notified. Excuse me. Listen, I wanted to talk to y'all about something. You know, sometimes we get caught up in people, right? And we allow people to, how can I put it? Sometimes we allow people to, how can I put it? To get in our way, right? We give people too much energy. Let's put it like that. And one thing I want to talk about is some people have a tendency of listening to people. Okay? Excuse me. Sometimes people have a tendency of listening to people, right? And they don't think for themselves. I see a lot of that go on. And that's a bad thing for people to allow other people to think for them when you know how to think for yourself. And you should always think for yourself. You should never let someone else think for you. If you have the capabilities to think for yourself, that's what you should always do, is think for yourself. Okay? But some of us, we have a tendency of listening to others. And we don't even know if it's true, what they're saying is true or not. But we will listen to them and we will take what they're saying as true, as truth, right? And we'll take it and we'll run with it. And we'll spread it. We'll spread it as if it's true. Okay? Let me tell you something. Sometimes you need to think for yourself. Think for yourself. If someone was to do that to you, right? If someone was to take and do you like that, right? They take and, listen to something somebody's telling them about you, and then they take it and they run with it and they spread it. You're going to be upset. You're not going to like it. But some people will do that to other people. I'm saying, and that's something that, excuse me, that's something that some of y'all need to really work on. Because some of you do stuff to people, and I don't have no COVID, Kurt. Don't put no COVID on me. I don't have no COVID. Some of you will do things to people, and you okay because you're doing it to somebody else. But then when it happened to you, it's a totally different ball game when it happens to you. You see what I'm saying? Excuse me, y'all. And you really need to think about that. Some of y'all, I ain't saying everybody does it. I'm saying some people do it. But the ones that do it really need to think about that. Right? Because you'll do it to somebody else and you'll think it's funny and you'll spread what somebody done told you about that person and you'll talk about it and keep spreading it. You don't know if it's true or not, but you'll do it. But when somebody do it to you, it's a totally different ball game. And I'm talking about it because I just feel as though it needs to be talked about. That some people need to think about what they doing when they doing it. And some people do it because they feel as though oh, okay, I see what you're saying, Kurt. I see what you're saying. Some people, really need to think about that. And I noticed that some people do it because they be scared of somebody else. So they'll jump on the bandwagon, right, with somebody because they got a little fear of that person. And they're not able to tell that person, no, I'm not going to do that. We grown-ups. We grown-ups. We not fucking children no more. We are grown-ups. Act accordingly. Act accordingly. And start thinking for yourself. Using your own mind, your own brain. Stop letting others, push you into doing things that you normally wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? That normally you wouldn't do. Just like on this social media. Some people do things because they feel as though they can't be, exposed. Well, that's a lie. You can be exposed, right? If a person really want to expose you, you can be exposed. If a person really want to take the time out to do what they need to do to get it done, right? It's just that people, got better things to do. And so they let people get away with certain stuff. You see what I'm saying? But you can be exposed. All I'm saying with this is that be mindful of what you're doing to other people. Don't do shit to other people that you wouldn't want done to you. That's what I'm saying. And like I said, this doesn't go for everybody. This goes for some people. Right, Kurt. But I'm not saying everybody does. I'm just saying for the people that do, be mindful of that shit. Because let me tell you something. When you do stuff to people, you don't know how it's going to affect them. Seriously, you don't know how it's going to affect them. Some people can't take it. They can't take the heat. So, what if they harm themselves or something like that? You see what I'm saying? You don't know what you're doing to somebody when you do stuff to people. You don't know what type of situation you pushing them into, as far as their mental status or stuff like that. You don't know. You don't know. And some of y'all do that shit, and you don't even think about what that person might be going through. And some of you do it because it's a key for you. But the person that you're doing it to, you may be pushing them over the edge, and you don't even know it. But you might be pushing them over the edge. You see what I'm saying? Be mindful of that shit, man. Because it ain't cute, and it's not a flex. When you do stuff like that to people, like I said, you don't know what the person you doing it to, you don't know what they might be going through. Or what they might harm themselves or anything. You just don't know. Everything is not always a kiki. And I'm going to tell you something. The sad part is, it's adults that be doing that shit. Like, I see if it was like little teenagers or something. But some of y'all adults be doing shit to people. And y'all know that shit out of pocket. Y'all know it's out of pocket. You a grown up. You don't have no business on social media or nowhere, going after people and stuff like that. It's just not right. It's not right at all. You know, that's what I say about this social media. I say social media has really, you know, by them creating this social media, it's really it's got a lot of negative shit with it. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it also depends on the mindset that you have, right? Because some people got a messed up mindset, right? So if you got a messed up mindset, then you will do messed up shit. You get what I mean? So that's why, you know, social media to me got a lot of negativity with it, because people are able to be themselves, be who they really are behind a screen, right? And nobody sees who this person really is, but they are able to do things to people, you know, like trolling people and different stuff like that, because they are behind the screen and don't nobody know who they are. You know, it's as real as if it was right. And I don't tweet or use social media. Lurker. Right. Yeah, yeah. I understand that, Kurt. But yeah, but it's just I'm speaking on it because I see it happen a lot of times, right? And I think it's real, it's just messed up. Because like I said, you don't know what the other person that you're going after or that you're trolling or whatever, you don't know what they might do. Because they might not be that strong. They might not can take it. So you don't know what they might do. And somebody, you know, take their life or something like that, then you're going to be, you know, that's blood on your hands. You might not look at it like that, but that it is. It really is. That's blood on your hands because you pushed that person to that point. And some of y'all don't think about that. You don't think about that until it's happening to you. Then when it's happening to you, then it's a whole nother ball game. When somebody do it to you. We got to start thinking right. We got to start moving right. You know? That's right, karma. You know? We do. We got to get better. Y'all, it's about evolving and elevating and becoming the best version of yourself. That's what it's about. And like I said, I be seeing old heads. Well, I call myself an OG. But I be seeing some OGs on here that be doing some foul shit. You know what I mean? Like they should be ashamed of themselves. As old as they are, and the shit that I be seeing them do on this social media. It's just ridiculous. It really is. It really is. It's ridiculous. And then they want to get mad when people say, oh, go sit, oh, Granny, what you doing on here anyway, Granny? And stuff like that. You know, people want to get mad when people say that to them. But they be saying it because some of these old heads be on here and they be doing some foul stuff. They really do. See, you can't expect for people to respect you if you don't respect yourself. I don't give a fuck if it's social media. I don't care if you're outside on the corner or wherever you at. If you don't respect yourself, you can't expect for people to respect you. That's just on period. And some people do what they do because they on social media and they feel like, oh, ain't nobody gonna know it's me, or you know, or whatever, or ain't nobody gonna take the time out to see who it is or whatever. You just never know. You just never know. That's how I found out how a lot of people are older people that be on here doing the things that they do. That's how I found out, researching and looking. Yeah. And there's a lot of them that be on here doing it. So I'm just saying, we gotta get better, yo. We gotta get better with this shit. And see, this is why the young people don't respect the older people like they used to. See, when I was coming up, we respected the older people. We listened to them, you know. That's it. It wasn't up for debate. That's how it was. And if you was caught disrespecting, an older person, you got dealt with either by a neighbor or your mother. You understand? Because back then, your mother's neighbors was able to whip your ass too. And then when you got home, you got another ass whipping. Hey, Kurt, good night. Thank you for stopping in with me. I appreciate it. I hope you subscribe to my channel, Kurt. I hope you hit that subscribe button. Excuse me, y'all. Kurt, you better subscribe to my channel. And so, yeah. So we really have to be, you know, we really have to like start tapping into ourselves more, right? And paying attention to the things that we do. Because some of us do shit, man, and it don't be right. It don't be right at all. It don't be. But we do it. And some people do it because of the people they are around, right? The people that they are around, they do the things they do because of that. The people they around makes them, feel like they gotta join in. And that's a problem right there. You gotta learn how to think for yourself and stand 10 toes down by yourself. See, my mother taught me, if everybody's doing something wrong and you choose not to do it, they might say, oh, you're a chicken, you this, you that. Okay, I'll be a chicken. But I'm not doing it because it's wrong. I was taught when I was younger, you stand 10 toes down in what you believe in, even if you got to stand by yourself. You do that. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I do. I'm 55 years old, and I'm still like that. I will stand alone. If it's something I know I'm right about, and it's something that I believe in, I'm going to stand alone, even if I have to. If I got to stand by myself, I will. I don't need no crowd to stand with me. And that's what we got to start doing. We got to start, even if you got to stand alone, stand for what's right, even if you got to stand by your goddamn self. Stand for what's right. Instead of going along with people. Because that ain't cool. I never felt like that type of shit was cool. Where you know what I mean? Like where you just go along with a crowd because everybody else is doing it. No, thank you. No, I don't want to go with the crowd. Because the crowd gonna get me in trouble. I don't want to go with the crowd. And that's what I do. I think for myself. We all got separate brains. Look at it like this. We all got a brain of our own. We don't have, our brain is not connected to somebody else's. We all got a brain of our own, and we should use it. We should use it. Shit, we should use it. That's why the Creator gave us a brain to ourselves. He gave us all a brain individually because he wants you to think for yourself, not jumping on the bandwagon with everybody else. No, 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 that's not the answer. You're supposed to stand. You're supposed to stand on your own. You don't let people influence you. In these times we living in, let me tell you something. Grown-ups are being influenced. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. The times we living in now, grown-ups are being influenced to do different shit. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Maybe something wrong with me because I don't get that part. I don't understand how grown-ups can be influenced to do certain things. I don't get it. That I don't understand. That's something I don't understand. Seriously. But you got grown ass people out here that's doing stuff that's not right. Letting other people influence them. I don't get that part. I don't get it. Because at some point, when you become an adult, you know right from wrong. And if you don't know right from wrong, it's a way of finding out. It's a way of finding out. So I just don't get it. I don't get it. But we got the OGs out here that's cutting up something terrible. And I don't understand it. But that's why we don't get the respect that we should get as being OGs, right? Because we are out here doing shit. And the younger people are seeing us do shit that we don't have no business doing. Okay? And that's why we have lost so much respect. That's why older people have lost so much respect. We doing shit, and the younger people are seeing the shit that we do. And it makes them lose respect for us. Get your shit together. Get your shit together. That's what I'm trying to say. Get your shit in order. For real. Get your shit in order. Let me tell you something. Don't none of us know when our time is up. Okay? We don't know when God gonna call on us. None of us do. So get right. Get yourself together. Get right. Now, I ain't up here talking like I'm perfect. I'm not perfect. But what I do, I know what's right and I know what's wrong. And I carry it accordingly in my life. Okay? I don't jump on the get along train. No, I don't do that. No, thank you. No, I do what I know is right. That's what I do. And look, it ain't nothing wrong with it. It's nothing wrong with it. Doing what's right. There's nothing wrong with that. But some of us, we rather jump on that train, right? Jump on the train with other people and do what they doing because you don't want to be talked about. You know, you don't want nobody talking about you or looking at you some type of way. So you're going to jump on your train with everybody else, knowing they wrong, but you're going to jump on it anyway. And that's what some of you do. Not everybody, but some of you. You do wrong things, knowing you're wrong, but you'll do it because you don't want the rest of the people to look at you some type of way. It's craziness. It really is. It's craziness. But get your life together. That's all I'm saying. Get right with the Creator, because you don't know when your time is up. Don't none of us know. We don't know. And it's just not right. It's just not right the way some of us carry it. It's not. It's not cool at all. It really isn't. And like I said, that's why right now today, it's a lot of the young people, we can't reach them. We can't reach them because they disrespect the older people. They don't have respect for the older people like we used to be. And some of it comes from, them seeing what some of the older people do, which causes them to lose respect for them. Some of it comes from babies having babies, like so many people, young people done had children, and excuse me, y'all. These young people that have these babies, they bring them up. And what they do is they don't be parents to them. They end up being friends with them, right? And when they do that, what ends up happening is that they end up being disrespectful to older people, right? Because mom done taught them, yeah, you speak up. Don't be letting nobody just talk to you any kind of way. You say what you feel. Say what you feel. I'ma let you entitled to say what you feel. I let my kids say what they feel. I don't care who it is. This is how some of the parents talk. And this is how they teach them at home. So when these kids as they grow up, they end up being disrespectful to older people. Because your mother done told you, you can say whatever you want to say. Whatever you feel, you can say it. That's what they being taught. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And that's why we got so much disrespect going on. Because that's what some of them are being taught. I let my child say whatever he want to say. Yes, he can express himself. He can say what he feels. She can say what she feels. That's how I brought them up. There's no respect being taught in the home anymore. And that's why we got this problem. Because that's what's going down. Babies having babies. And some of these parents do not teach their kids respect. They tell them you can say what you feel. You can say what you feel and let them know that's how your mother brought you up, to say what you feel. There's nothing wrong with expressing yourself, but you don't express yourself being disrespectful. Especially when you're talking to grown people. You don't do that. You don't do that. I don't agree with that. You can express yourself, but it's a way to do it without you being disrespectful. And then some of them, as they get older, they become teenagers and stuff, they start smoking the weed with them and drinking beer with them and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't care what nobody say. Ain't a damn thing cute about that. My kids are grown. Grown, okay? And I don't drink nothing with them. They don't drink in front of me. They don't, if they smoke weed, they don't smoke it around me. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. And like I say all the time, everything starts at home, okay? Everything starts at home. Think about it. Everything starts at home, which means the kids start to learn respect and disrespect at home. So it's up to you what you teach them. It's up to you what you teach them, how you teach them. And then as soon as they out there in the street and they run up on somebody because you done told them they can say what they want to say and they can, and they run up on somebody and somebody put their ass on their back, then they be mad. Then the parents come out, they mad as hell now. Why you put your hands on my child? You don't put your hands on my child. They don't ask what happened or nothing. They just zap out. Don't be putting your hands on my child. I tell you, it's a trip. But it's a such thing as respect and disrespect. And that's what some of these parents, excuse me, that's what some of these parents need to be teaching their children. Is respect. But some of them ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it. That's crazy to me. They ain't gonna do it. I don't understand it. Because let me tell you something. When I was coming up, yeah, think about it. Think about it. Think about disrespecting a grown up. My mother put our ass on our back. No bullshit. My mother ain't play. My mother ain't play. You know what time it is. Huh? And like I said, if the neighbor chooses to whip your ass, you got your ass whipped. And then she took you home to your mother, you got another ass whipping. Huh? That's how that went. Yeah. That's how that went. That's right. When you out there being grown, the neighbor snatched your ass up first and beat that ass. And then took you home to your mama. And mama beat that ass too. Oh yeah. But these days, you can't do that these days. Because first thing the mother want to do is call the police on you for hitting their child. I can't believe she hit my goddamn child. I'm going to call the police on this bitch. Or they want to fight. They want to fight you. And let me tell you something. I used to get mad, right? I used to get mad because I didn't like nobody else touching me, and I didn't like nobody else telling me what to do. But even with that, I still kept my mouth shut. I didn't disrespect older people. And I remember one day, me and my mom was in there, and I was talking to my mom. I said, "Ma, you know what? I don't like something." And she said, "Well, what is it?" I said, "I don't like when somebody else touch me." And she said, "What you talking about?" I said, "Like the neighbors, like if I get in trouble, I get caught doing something, and they, grab me up or whatever. I don't like that." She said, "Well, don't do it." She said, "Don't do it." But when I look back at it, let me tell you something. I wasn't mad at it. I really wasn't. Because one thing about it is that when a group of people get together, right, and they helping raising, y'all helping each other, with your kids and stuff, looking out for the kids while they out there playing and stuff like that. Sometimes my mother wouldn't be home from work, and my mother would be like, "Is Big Mama on the porch?" Or something like that. I'd be asking my mom, "Can I go outside?" She'd be like, "See if Big Mama on the porch." You know what I mean? Something like that. Ask Big Mama, will she keep an eye on you till I get home? I'm get ready to come. I'll be home in a few. Or something like that so I can go come outside. And, and Big Mama gonna watch us. She gonna hold us down. And so I liked it that everybody, it was a village. Everybody looked out for each other. You know, I love that. I love that. I did. And now we don't have it. We don't have that no more. And that's crazy to me. We need that. We need that back. Because we do. We need to learn how to come together, help one another out, and stuff like that. We need that. Because the way the world is now, yeah, you're going to need somebody. And it's good to have somebody, a neighbor or somebody, you could turn to if you had to, you know. But some of these people is so nasty, and they got such bad attitudes, man, for real. Like, I don't even want to be bothered with them. I don't bother them at all. Period. I sure don't. Because they too nasty. They too nasty for me. And got bad attitudes. No thank you. Because that's not my cup of tea. I don't get down like that. These people is too nasty for me. I can only imagine. If they like that, I can only imagine how their kids are. Oh, I tell you, they can have it. They can have it. I don't want no parts of it. Oh, no. No, thank you. It's too much. It is too much. Seriously. But we got to do better. We got to do better. Yeah. We got to do better. Because we need to be in a place where so we can help one another. We can lean on one another. That's that's what space we should be in. Looking out for each other, helping each other, stuff like that. That's what type of thing should be going on. For some of you, it's just so nasty. It's crazy to me. So I don't bother nobody. Nobody. I stay in my lane. Yeah. because I think that's the best way to be, because it's too much going on. It's too freaking much going on out here. It really is. All the disrespect and stuff that goes on. It's just too much. It's too much for me. Yeah. It's too much. So prayerfully, people will get their stuff together, you know. Like I say, either you're a part of the problem or you're a part of the solution. That's just how I look at it. You know, either you're a part of the problem or you're a part of the solution. And it's just that simple. You know, you got to do your part. Do your part. Just that simple. Do your part to try to make the world a better place. Do your part. Simple as that. Yeah. That's how I look at it. I look at it as though everybody can contribute something, you know? Everybody can contribute something to help out, to try to push the world in a better place, you know, in a better direction. But like I said, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Simple as that. Well, y'all, I'm getting off here. My throat is itchy and sore. I'm trying to I think I got some cough drops in here. I'm going to take me a cough drop or something. Because my throat feels so funny. But I'll be back on here to holler at y'all prayerfully tomorrow. Lord's willing. I'll be back on here to talk to you guys again. I love you guys. Hey, it's all about growth. Evolving and elevate. So let's do it. You got what it takes. I got what it takes. Let's do it. We can do it together. Okay? We can do this thing together, y'all. Trust and believe me. We can do it together. I will holler at y'all on the next one. Oh, like, share, and subscribe. A lot of y'all watch me, but you're not subscribed to me. Please hit the subscribe button. Make sure your bell says all, so that when I come live, you'll get notified. Yes, I love y'all guys. I love talking to y'all. I'll see y'all on the next one.